You're about to take a deep dive into one of the biggest true crime cases in the universe, or at least on our part of the planet. From the Hidden Killers podcast and True Crime Today.
All right, so today we're diving into a story that's got intrigue, fame, and a whole lot of unspoken stuff.
Yeah.
We got this article about Cassie Ventura, remember Me and You?
Yeah.
And her relationship with Sean Diddy Combs.
Yeah.
And their breakup. Silent. Which, as we know, can sometimes speak volumes.
Oh, yeah. With someone like Diddy, always larger than life, you almost have to wonder what went down behind the scenes, right?
Exactly. So Cassie, huge hit with Me and You, signed to Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records. The world was her oyster, all this potential, the hype was real.
And right off the bat, their professional and personal lives were intertwined. It went beyond just, oh, he's the label head guiding her career, Diddy was very much calling the shots on Cassie's image, the whole 9 yards.
And that's where things get interesting. She had the talent, the voice, but her music career, it's like it plateaued. Sporadic releases, nothing consistent. The article mentions Diddy being very hands-on, but with Cassie, did it cross a line?
That's the question, isn't it? Because you see these power dynamics everywhere. One person having all this sway over the other's work, like a boss who micromanages to the point the employee can't function without them. It doesn't have to be the music industry to recognize that.
Almost like smothering the flame, even with good intentions,
Right.
Makes you wonder, was this deliberate on Diddy's part?
Hard to say for sure, but if we're looking at the bigger picture, this article hints that Diddy had a rep for being controlling, even possessive, some sources said. Huge red flag in any relationship. And it's not a stretch to think that spilled into how he handled her career, too.
And then there's the whole romantic side of things. The article calls it an open secret, which I thought was a really interesting way to put it. They were out in public together, but never really officially a couple,
Oh, absolutely. And that in itself creates a whole other layer of complexity, doesn't it?
Totally. I mean, imagine the pressure of that, especially when the guy you're with is constantly being linked to other women in the media. How do you even process that?
Exactly. It's a constant emotional tightrope walk, isn't it? To be in that public eye, knowing that any misstep, any reaction could be scrutinized, analyzed. It's got to be exhausting.
Oh, totally. And on top of that, you got this public image to maintain. It's like you're living two separate lives.
It's the curated versus the authentic self. And for someone like Cassie, who was so young when she entered this world, it makes you wonder how much of her own identity got lost in that mix.
And how much of that was influenced by Diddy, because the article really hones in on this image of him as being very controlling, even possessive, which really clashes with this public persona of the life of the party.
It's a classic case of don't believe everything you see on the surface, right? The entertainment industry is notorious for cultivating these larger-than-life personas. But behind those carefully crafted images, there's often a much more complicated reality.
Totally. It's like that saying, you can't judge a book by its cover, and it feels especially relevant here. But what's scary is how easily control and manipulation can thrive in secrecy, right?
Oh, absolutely. Secrecy breeds a lack of accountability, and that's when things can turn toxic very quickly. And in this case, with their relationship already being this open secret, it's like it created the perfect breeding ground for unhealthy behaviors to fester.
And it goes even deeper than that. The article claims that Diddy's control extended beyond Cassie's career and spilled over into her personal life, even dictating who she could and couldn't see. It's even very much isolation tactics,
Classic abuser tactic. If you can isolate someone from their support system, friends, family, anyone who might question the situation, you gain more control over their reality.
It's insidious. And you start to wonder, in Cassie's case, was that whole putting her music career on hold thing really about love and support? Or was it a way to keep her tethered to him, more dependent on him?
It's a question worth pondering, isn't it? Because it highlights how manipulation often operates in these subtle, insidious ways. On the surface, it can seem like genuine care and concern, but underneath, it's about power and control.
And it makes you think, how long was this dynamic going on? Cassie maybe feeling stuck, silenced even, and then she just exits. No public fighting, no accusations, just done.
It's so telling, right? In our world of tell all on social media, that silence says more than a statement ever could. She's taking back power just by refusing to play the game.
My story, my terms, I'm OUT kind of vibe, yeah.
Exactly. And let's be real, leaving a controlling situation, sometimes silence is survival. Speaking out can be messy, even dangerous. By going quiet, she gets to dictate how this ends on a deeper level.
And what she does next is almost more interesting. Starts dating Alex Fine, who seems like Diddy's opposite in every way. Marriage, kids. Her life looks totally different. Peaceful even.
Makes you wonder, right? All those pics Cassie posts, kids baking cookies, is that her quiet rebellion? A big screw you to the curated life she had to live before? It's healing out loud, in a way.
From red carpets to cookie dough, yeah, I see that. It's like she found genuine joy once she was free to define it for herself.
Absolutely. And that's what's so inspiring. No matter how tough things get, we have the capacity to heal, to rebuild. Cassie's story, it's like a testament to that human resilience.
And it's almost eerie how, since they're split, Diddy's had these allegations come out. Abuse, manipulation, control, and not just from one person either.
It really makes you rethink everything. Suddenly Cassie's silence is not just about HR anymore. It's like it fits into something bigger.
And it reminds us we got to look beyond the surface. The shiny, perfect image someone projects could be hiding a darker truth. So whether it's whispered or unsaid, there's power in recognizing those stories. That's something to think about as you go about your day. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and until next time, stay curious.
In a world where the darkest secrets lie just beneath the surface,
They said it was an accident, but the evidence says otherwise.
where hidden killers roam unnoticed in the shadows.
I think you would definitely be looking at a blend of toxic, very bad narcissistic personality traits, and they will be vengeful and possibly resort to violence.
Join Tony Bruschi as he uncovers the truth behind the most chilling cases.
They said it was an accident, but the evidence clearly says otherwise.
Each episode, we dig deep into the minds of those who commit the unthinkable.
To your point of narcissism, he thinks in his own mind how witty he is.
Yeah.
But he lost that jury. I was done with him in 2 minutes.
From unsolved mysteries to infamous crimes.
Geez, you've just talked about how you've taught yourself how to do everything under the sun. I bet you did a YouTube video, how to best kill somebody with a knife.
Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi takes you where few dare to go.
How does someone with such a dark secret go unnoticed for so long?
With multiple new episodes every single day.
We're not just telling stories, we're seeking justice.
Listen now on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi.